here. It's time.
Episode 2.
All right. Welcome to episode 2 of the Chase Freedom Podcast. I'm Chase.
And I'm Mandy.
And we're here to help you chase freedom. So excited about episode 2. We got some good feedback on episode 1. Hopefully you had the opportunity to listen and watch that. We're out on YouTube, soon to be out on podcasts. But I guess it wasn't last week. It's been a couple weeks, but it's been good. Yeah. So we're glad to be back in here. We've been on a journey over the last few weeks. And so we're going to talk about that today. Just kind of give you an intro of what we're going to talk about today. We're going to go over, kind of give you an overview of our 4-week Elite Couples Mastermind that we just finished up this past Sunday with 3 other awesome couples. And then the second part of what we're going to talk about on our podcast today is our family core values that we created as a result of going through our Elite Couples Mastermind. And then we're going to unveil our family logo. Super excited. Yes. Yeah, it's going to be good. So
good stuff.
We just want to go over, we want to share with you guys what we did in our 4-week Elite Couples Mastermind. We had 3 other couples. They just happen to be entrepreneur couples. Some that I've personally known and we've known for a little while, whether we've coached, and then some others just through being in the industry that we're in, the business that we're in. But we want to give you a quick highlight of the topics that we discussed. So let me remind you, here at Chase Freedom, we help high-performing couples achieve a dream marriage, unbridled intimacy, and create a thriving family legacy. And that was the goal of our 4-week mastermind, was to dive in and see what are God's biblical principles on marriage, family, on money, possessions and passions, on sex. And so week 1, we talked about God's perspective on money, possessions, and passions. Week 2, we talked about fighting for spiritual victory in our marriage and family, and just talked about how there's an all-out war, an attack by the enemy on our families. Mm-hmm. So we got to dive in deep, talking about husbands and wives, and then training up our children, and what does that look like? And then week 3, we talked about unbridled intimacy. This was probably, would you say, the most anticipated section of our 4-week mastermind?
Yes, for sure, no doubt.
A little bit of nervousness for Mandy and I. We've been on a 3-year journey of finding freedom, and so for us, maybe these conversations are a little bit easier than other couples. And Mandy has to remind me of that. Like, not everybody is at the same level, the same comfort level in having those discussions.
I have to remind myself of that too.
So that was really good. We talked about
topic, but a good topic.
Yes, amen. In my mind, I think we need to take back intimacy and sex from what the world has taken away. Like, God created it. Yeah. We talk about that in our mastermind.
God's design.
It's God's design. Mm-hmm. What an amazing creator he is to create that. And so as Christians, we want to take that back and we want to claim it because it's a beautiful thing. And then in week 4, we talked about building a thriving family legacy, and we dove deep into our family core values and why that is important, or we dove into family core values, why they're important. And so we want to talk about that a little bit today. So let's go ahead and dive deep into that. So let's do this. Let's dive into a little bit of the content that we talked about in week 4 about creating a thriving family legacy and a mission statement and core values and why it's important. So I'm going to let you kind of share what is a family mission statement.
Yeah, so it's really exciting to us just to talk about family. Family is super important to you and I both. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of, we value family a lot in a world that the family unit is kind of dying out these days with all the busyness and everything. But anyway, so a family mission statement. Some of you are probably like, what is that? Like, what are you talking about, a family mission statement? Some of you may have heard of that before. So we're just going to kind of briefly break down what a family mission statement is and why it's important. So a family mission statement is a clear and concise statement that defines what your family is all about. It encapsulates your collective values, your aspirations, and the principles that you adhere to. So basically, I know those are some big words. Think of it as a roadmap that provides direction and purpose, helping your family navigate through life's many stages and challenges. So kind of like day to day, month to month, year to year, you can boomerang back to your family mission statement with everything going on. Like it's always there, and it kind of helps guide your family to remember what's important to you, because what's important to one family may not be important to another family. And I think knowing what you value and teaching your kids what you value is super important and just very helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. We work with a lot of entrepreneur couples, and in companies, we have mission statements and we have core values, and that's how we guide and discipline and we correct, as we always bring things back to core values.
Why not have one in your home?
Yeah. We haven't had one. We've been in business for 7 years now, and we haven't had a mission statement or core values for our family, but we do now. So
taking a little while, but here we
are. So why is a family mission statement or core values important? Number one, it gives you a unified direction. It brings the family together under a common purpose, ensuring everyone is aligned and moving in the same direction. It guides decision-making. So when faced with choices, the mission statement serves as a guide to making decisions that align with our family values and our goals. It strengthens our family identity. It helps in building a strong family identity and serves as a foundation of how your family interacts with each other and the world. And then legacy building. A mission statement is part of the legacy you leave for future generations, a lasting imprint of your family's beliefs and values. And then just some characteristics of a family mission statement as we were going through this. Number one, it's reflective of your core values, and you'll see that here in our mission statement as we share that. I mean, it's basically our core values just written out. It's inspirational and aspirational. Like, it should be something. So we created this family logo, and we're going to put it on stickers for the kids, and we're going to put it on shirts. But like, it should be something that, you know, one of our core values is run after Jesus. Like, that should be aspiring and encouraging and something that people get excited about. It should be clear and concise, should be easily understood so that all family members can remember it. And
maybe not a 2-year-old, but maybe like an 8 and 10-year-old.
And it should be inclusive. It should represent the entire family. One of the things that we really, in our Elite Couples Mastermind, we talk about is involving the entire family, involving the kids. Parents don't just create this and then say, hey, kids, these are our core values. One of the most fun things we did was sit over there at the kitchen table and talked about the family logo. And Colby even she walked away and then came back with this design
that she had quietly done.
And she was so proud of. And we incorporated it into our logo, and she will always remember that. And so it's just special, really special. So we wanted to share with you guys and we can share some examples of what other family mission statements are, but we wanted to read and share with you what ours is. Again, it's very short, clear, and concise. So babe, I'll let you read the Lord family mission statement.
Okay. So as the Lord family, we live to glorify God in all that we say and do. We will run after Jesus, honor family, chase freedom, pursue growth, and serve others.
Beautiful. And so these are very specific to our family. Again, we give examples, we give just a laundry list of different core values. And what was cool is as we went through and we talked about this and we gave the other couples the opportunity, we kind of were quiet for a few minutes. We gave the other couples the opportunity to talk and look over the list, and everybody's were different. There were some commonalities, but different families march to the beat of a different drum, and they live life differently. And so
it's a good thing. These
are very specific to us. And so we just wanted to walk through them real quick and kind of describe them, because it's not good. You don't want to just have this 2 or 3 word core value if you can't describe it. So we're just going to do a quick walkthrough of these. So babe, I'll let you take the first one. Actually, I'll do this one.
Okay.
So run after Jesus. As a family, we want to run after and pursue Jesus in all that we do. We want to lead our children to Jesus in the way that we live. So we want to display that in everything that we say and do, the way that we talk and the way that we treat our children and others. And so pretty simply, we want to run after and chase after Jesus.
And we wanted to put that one first, above all else.
Absolutely.
The second one is to honor family. So basically, we want to respect one another, spend time together, prioritize family, build each other up and not tear each other down. And that is a phrase right there that I have been saying to our kids since they could understand, like when they were wee little and we're taking toys from each other. And now it's not taking toys from each other, but it's starting to sing and copycat Big Sister when Big Sister's singing and just aggravating one another. So I ask our kids, are you building up right now or are you tearing down? Are you building up your brother? Or are you tearing him down? Are you building up your sister? Are you tearing her down? And, sometimes they're like, I'm tearing them down, or, they don't answer.
But they know exactly what it means.
But they know, and it kind of gets them to think through it and think, am I honoring my brother and sister, So as the Lord family, we want to honor one another above our own desire.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Number 3, core value is chase freedom. And this is probably, nobody else is going to have this chase freedom as a core family value, but that's what makes it special for us. Yeah. Obviously, we have been on a journey of chasing freedom, and it can mean many things. But just in summary, we simply want to design life the way that we want to live it, not the way that somebody else designs it for us. So we don't have to look like the status quo family. And unfortunately, that may push others away at times because our life looks differently, and we're not saying our way of living is different, but we don't want to be bound by living the way that society has told families that they have to live. So we're not going to make sense to a lot of families, but we march to the beat of our own drum, and we're proud of it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that we push others away, but we design our life differently.
Yeah. My counselor told me a year or two ago just to learn to be okay being misunderstood. And that's really hard for me because I don't like being misunderstood. But I think sometimes when we chase freedom for our family and design it differently, we're going to be misunderstood, and that's okay. It's okay. So the next core value is to pursue growth. And so we just want to constantly be pursuing growth in every area of our life. And one of the sayings that you kind of have really been saying a lot, which I love in our home, is progress, not perfection. And that is really convicting for me because I'm a perfectionist in pretty much all areas of life, and I'm really hard on myself. And I have to be careful not to be hard on our kids and put unrealistic and impossible expectations on them like I do on myself. So as we are growing, to remind myself and our kids, like, we're not aiming for perfection. We're aiming for progress in our growth. And I love that. I love that you have reminded me and the kids of that.
Well, and it's not constantly chasing after the next thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's recovery. One of my prayers every single night is, God, give our bodies rest, allow our bodies to recover so that we can be ready for a new day.
Yeah.
And so recovery is a part of that process.
Yeah. Or reflecting just on where we've been, where we're going. Exactly. So however we want to be in that, physically, spiritually, mentally, we want to constantly be, I guess, just kind of reassessing where we are and where we need to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Number 5 is serve others. So we talk about this a lot. We talk about this a lot in our house. We'll throw around the verse. I think this is Philippians 2, verse 3. It says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourselves. And then I'm going to butcher this. Maybe it's Romans, but it's, do not think of yourself more highly than you ought, but rather think of yourself with sober judgment. So the idea is that we're constantly looking for ways to serve as a family. So whatever that is, it may be going and serving somewhere, volunteering at the church, or it may just be helping others out. How do we serve one another in all that we do? So just nothing crazy there. It's pretty simple. Mm-hmm. We're here to serve people and to think of others more highly than ourselves.
I'll share a short little story. A friend of ours this summer, I think, recently shared with one of our children, and I loved it. And I want to be better about doing things like this. But what they do is in the store, grocery store, wherever, whenever they are checking out, they ask the clerk, what is your favorite candy bar, or what is your favorite candy? And they respond, M&Ms or whatever. And then our friend and their kids quickly grab the M&Ms off of the rack, which is right there, and buy it for that clerk and give it to them.
Such a cool idea.
It's so simple. It's so simple, but so big. And how would you feel if you were that clerk?
It's pretty special.
Somebody did that for you. Like, it could change everything, and it just serves them and shows that, like, you're important to me, and I see you and I value you. And we tried it one time. I've tried it one time with the kids in Target, and it was at the self-checkout area. Do you remember this?
No.
Okay. And she was like, I'm not allowed to take this or whatever. And it was kind of awkward and kind of weird. So we're going to have to like try it again another time.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was just kind of a little story I thought I'd share.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. That's our core values. We do want to share with you. So we're going to pop up on the screen and share with you our Lord Family logo. Really proud of this. So you'll see Lord Family, you'll see our family core values that encircle it. That was kind of Colby's design.
To put the words on
the words
around the circle.
Around the logo.
Yes.
And then that's our family home. And for us, honor family is one of our core values, and chase freedom. And we love the freedom that we have at our own home. And
home is our happy place.
It is 100%.
Home is our happy place.
Our happy place. And we spend a lot of time here. We eat dinner early and we hang out on the big comfy couch, and we do a lot of life here.
Yeah.
And we are very thankful for it. So this is us. And we want to encourage you guys, and we can share a resource where we had this made, but begin talking and having that discussion with one another of what are our core family values? What is it that makes us tick? Go online, do a Google search and say core family value, family core values, and start to build that out. And then even go as far as create your own family logo. We want to give a massive shout out to our friends Josh and Ashley Latimer, who modeled this for us and taught us how to do this. And so we just want to honor them and pass that along to you as well.
Because before they did, I had never
heard of it.
Never given thought to it, didn't know what it was, but absolutely fell in love with it.
Yes. So awesome. Well, that wraps up our Chase Freedom podcast number 2. Last thing that we want to do is we want to invite you and your spouse or your loved one to join us in our next Chase Freedom Elite Couples Mastermind. That's going to be coming up soon. And we're looking, again, it's just a small group of like-minded believers rowing in the same direction and just running after Jesus. And they want to chase freedom in every area of their life. It's a pretty special group. We had 3 couples this last time, just finished up on Sunday, and it was pretty spectacular. So
very grateful.
We're looking forward to continue our relationships with them.
Yep.
But that's it. Babe, I love you.
Love you.
And we want to encourage you guys to chase freedom. You got a fun for it.
We gotta sing that. What are we doing?
No.